back with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. We had to stop the stream for a little while there because we didn't want our equipment getting messed up with the rain, but we are now back live. Since we last left you, the Dragons have pulled within 2. It's 7-6. They put up 2 runs in the bottom half of the 5th. Sean Shipley walked. The bases loaded, led in a run. Then Mike Cunningham came in to relieve him. He led in 1 run, but then got out of the jam to limit the damage at 2. Jarrett May is at the dish in a full count here in the top of the 7th.
There is a new pitcher on the mound as well, number 9, J.J. Trudeau. Just on 10 games this season, a 2-2 record with a 2.54 ERA. One of the Dragons' best pitchers, 2 of those games being a start. He also has a save in 17 2/3 innings.
Bottom of the 7th. AJ, we got a nice stretch in there between those 2 innings. You and I took a nice stroll around the ballpark. I got to say, here at East Field, with not many fans at the ballpark, it's really pure. Just watching the game, hearing the ball come off the bat, it feels as if you're in a movie.
Yeah, you hear the bat purely, and you hear the ball go off the bat with that loud wood sound, and it's almost as it's so pure, Dan, you can hear it if you're right behind the batter.
No doubt about that. Mike Cunningham is out there for the bottom half of the 7th. First batter for the Dragons is going to be Stephen Catch, the DH. He flares this one over to right field. Ford is on it. He makes the play for out number 1.
Cunningham in for his 2nd inning of play, relieved Shirley last inning as Shirley got the bases loaded off of walks, and with 1 out, Cunningham comes in and gets the job done. And here for his 2nd inning, he gets a quick, easy out number 1 in just 1 pitch.
So just to recap what happened in that top half of the 7th, Peyton Bonds laced a 2 RBI double to right center field. That would bring home Jarrett May and also Mario Trivella. This one's hit to the right side, foul for strike 1 by Cody Meyer, the center fielder.
Dan, I don't know if you noticed this today as much as I have, but a lot of fly balls going Justin Ford's way, at least 6 or 7. And as a right fielder with majority righties in a lineup, you usually don't see as many balls coming your way, especially against a team like the Stallions.
This one's hit to the left side. Fish will grab it. He throws across the diamond on the run. A nice pick by May, and there's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
May gets a single in the top of the 7th, scoops that one in the bottom of the 7th. May is right back where he needs to be. Like I said, Dan, a good offensive performance even enhances your defensive performance as well, and I'd stick by that for as long as time goes.
Next batter here for the Dragons with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th is James Murphy, the third baseman. He takes upstairs. Murphy got hit by the pitch in the 5th. That would bring home a run and make this contest 7-6 Stallions. Saugerties has had 2 since that point to give themselves a little bit of advantage. 1-1 count.
Cunningham going batter by batter, just making them uncomfortable and just pitching what he is choosing right now. Up 3, a little bit of insurance.
That one misses. It's 2-1. Murphy hits that one to the right side, foul. Count is knotted at 2s. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Saugerties leading by 3. At one point in this game, you would think that this contest would be over here by the 7th when Saugerties jumped up to a 5-0 lead in the 3rd. But the Dragons have stayed around in this game. Two count. Cunningham misses down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to James Murphy.
Cunningham has not given up a walk yet. Would be the first walk of his outing today.
That one's cut on by Murphy. It goes foul. Full count here with 2 outs. Cunningham comes set. He deals. Off speed is hit to the left side. Foul.
Cunningham really finding that curveball to be in that strike zone. That's the second one this at bat that Murphy's had to foul off in a 2-strike count, where if he didn't, it would be a punch out for that 3rd strike.
Payoff. Strike 3 gets Murphy swinging. Manley throws down to first. Cunningham produces a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom half of the 7th. Dragons are down to their last 6 outs of the ball game as we head to the 8th. Top half of the 8th here from Cantine Field. J.J. Trudeau is out there for his 2nd inning of work. Stallions are up by 3 runs. They just have to hold the Dragons to nothing in these last 2 innings to come out of here with a win and clinch 2nd place or better in the PGCBL East. If they are to win this game, it would also inch them 1 game closer to setting their all-time win record in a single season. Brandon Fish will step in to start this top half of the 8th. So far today, Fish 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Grounds that one foul for strike 1.
Fish, a much-needed lefty in this Stallions lineup. Stallions, not a lot of lefties throughout the lineup, only 3 in today's lineup, consisting of the leadoff Amato, Brandon Fish, and Tyler Bach. But as the lefties come into play, a lot of righty pitchers are seen in the PGCBL, so lefties have the advantage.
The 0-1 misses down low. 1-1 count here to Brandon Fish. That one misses down low. 2-1 count to Brandon Fish. Top half of the 8th. Things pretty quiet here at East Field. Most people going home when the rain came in around the 5th inning. Fish hits this one over to second base. Wu throws to first in time for out number 1.
That was very close, Dan. Half a step right there. Fish just got the inside part of the ball there and kind of just pulled it a little too much.
Rich Rodriguez will step in now with 1 out. That one misses upstairs for ball 1.
Rodriguez in the game so far is having a rough game. 0 for 4, but did go 1 for 2 yesterday with a double against Amsterdam.
Two out. Rodriguez takes it for strike 1.
Stallions up 3 with 9 hits. So 9 hits, 9 runs. Being consistent on the offensive side, but still leaving runners left on base inning by inning.
Rodriguez is late on that one. It's 2-2. Rich Rodriguez today, 0 for 4. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, he is caught looking for the second time today, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
2 times down looking today for Rodriguez, but both of those being delayed calls either by a second or 2 first. When we talked about Dan, the catcher, Tortorisi, dropping that 3rd strike, and this one on the inner half took the umpire an extra second there to give him that 3rd strike call.
Jarrett May steps in now. He had a single in his last at-bat. Pops this one up behind the plate. It will go foul. Great to see May get his first single in about 11 games tonight.
The entire team was happy for him as well, as you heard him cheering for May as he was rounding first there. First base coach Ron over there really happy as well, and Norton all clapping over there.
The 0-1. May takes it for strike 2. And if you're Jarrett May now, you got to build off that hit. It can't be a one-hit wonder. You got to get yourself back on track. The 0-2. He slaps this one foul.
May in a tough position now with no runners on 0-2. A lot can happen with 2 outs, especially in the PGCBL. We've seen it a lot this season where we're on the other side of it, on the defensive side, and 2 outs, meaning absolutely nothing, where more runs have come with 2 outs than none or 1.
Trudeau deals. That one misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jarrett May. May takes it on the outside, 2-2. Two. Misses down low, and the count is full.
May coming all the way back from that 0-2, 2 outs right there, now to a 2-2, 2 outs. Different scenario. He has less options to work with here. The pitcher, Trudeau, May in a better position than before.
Count is full. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Full count. There's 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Misses upstairs. It's a walk here to Jarrett May after he went down 0-2. That marks his 3rd walk of the day.
May finding himself on base multiple times today. 4 out of 5 at-bats, May is on the base path. And although you don't see a ton of singles, only one single on the day, May doing more than enough with his presence on the base paths, especially with people up behind him.
Tyler Bach steps in. Bach so far today, he's 1 for 3. Also has an RBI walk. That was when the bases were loaded in the third. Pitch from Trudeau misses upstairs.
6 straight balls now for Trudeau. He had an 0-2 count with May, 4 straight there, and now Bach in a 2-0.
That one catches the outside part of the plate. It's 2-1.
Bach now in the same, not the same position as May, but a completely different one where there is 2 outs, and he has a job to do with the top of the order coming up.
2-1. Misses upstairs. Tyler Bach's got himself in a 3-1 count. The pitch from Trudeau misses upstairs. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs from Justin Trudeau. It'll bring up Andrew Amato.
Last time with Amato up, first and second, we did see an intentional walk.
And now we're going to see a mound visit. Two outs here in the top half of the 8th. Dragons just wanting to talk things over with Amato coming to the dish. So far today, his stat line's been funky. He's been up to the plate 5 times. First 2 times were walks, then a pop out to third. Then he got intentionally walked in the 5th. Flew out over to left field in the 7th. This will mark his 6th at-bat of the day.
Stallions going around the order relatively quick, just having trouble with it as they're leaving runners on. We saw 5 runners left on base in just 2 innings, and the Stallions were still able to plate 2 in that first and 3 in the top of the 3rd.
Amato steps in. Runners are at first and second with 2 outs. He takes the first pitch that he sees for strike 1.
No pitcher giving Amato that inner half, knowing the damage he will do as a lefty, and inner pitch is your calling. It's what you want. It's what you look for every single pitch.
Amato chases down low. That swing a little bit uncharacteristic from him, but it makes sense. He's accumulated 7 walks in 2 games against the Dragons. Oh, 2 count here on Andrew Amato. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Amato takes it down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
May fought back 0-2 to a walk. Amato now in that 0-2. Now 1-2, looking to force the same thing, if not a hit that will allow Jarrett May to round third and score.
Trudeau deals. He misses down low. Jarrett May was in the same scenario as Andrew Amato. He went down 0-2, worked himself into a walk out of the end of it. Amato trying to do the same, or at least put the ball in play here in a 2-2 count with 2 outs and 2 runners on. The pitch, hit to the right side. It's going to get through for a base hit. May is waved home. Here's the throw. It will be cut off. An RBI single for Andrew Amato, and it's 10-6 Stallions.
Trey Mariano, no need to cut that off right there. Would have went straight to Tortorisi on a 1 bounce and had a chance to get Jarrett May on home right there, but cut off by Mariano, giving May the ultimate advantage for being safe at home.
So Mario Travello will step to the dish now. He's reached base safely 5 out of 5 times tonight with 4 hits and a hit by pitch. Trying to go for 6 straight times where he reaches base safely. He'll take strike 1.
One of the hottest bats right now for the Stallions, 4 for 4, Dan. I mean, can't get much better than that. That's almost perfection on a day, and you rarely see perfection in baseball.
He takes inside, 1-1 count.
Stallions now at double digits for hits. Last night only came up with 3 in an 8-1 loss at Cantine against the Mohawks, coming back relatively well in a loss.
Travella hits this one into right field. Ward under it. He grabs it for out number 3. Stallions strand 2 here in the top half of the 8th, but they add one more. It's 10-6. Bottom of the 8th here from Eastfield. Dan Schaum with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Stallions trying to close out this game. They have 6 outs left to go. First batter for the Dragons here in the bottom half of the 8th is going to be Trey Mariano. New pitcher on the mound for the Stallions is Marciano Neglia. We've never really seen Neglia in the closer role, but he's thrown out there today. Saugerties' own. We'll see how he fares. First pitch that he throws is hit to the left side, foul for strike 1.
Neglia usually a starter when it comes to the positions. 1-0 with a 3.32 ERA. 8 games pitched, 4 of them being a start in 24 and a third inning. 13 strikeouts with 10 walks.
Finds the off speed there. Quickly 0-2 here to Trey Mariano. Stallions leading by 4. They just need 6 outs to secure themselves second seed or better in the PGCBL East playoffs, which will start next week. That one's fouled back. Count will stay at 0-2.
Neglia only 10 walks in 24 and a third innings pitched, so not a pitcher that walks a lot. Will find the zone, will throw strikes, allowing the offense to hit him and his defense to make plays.
Strike 3 got him looking. Neglia deals a looking strikeout for his first batter, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Mariano just going down, looking right there. 0 for 4 in the day with 2 strikeouts. Really not helping his average out there. Came below an 100 mark at about a .97 coming into this game. Really just struggling beyond that.
Christian Tortorisi steps in now. He's been the star of this game for the Dragons. 2 for 3 on the day with the single and an RBI triple. Has also come around to score once with 2 stolen bases. First pitch that he sees misses outside for ball 1.
You can't forget to mention Tortorisi came into this game with 3 at-bats and no hits. So Tortorisi, a good day for him to get started with the Dragons and follow through with it.
He loops this one into center field. It's a 3-hit day for Christian Tortorisi, and there's a base runner at first with 1 out.
Tortorisi just putting his bat out there. His first single over Rodriguez at second, a blooper. The triple down the line to Ford right there in right field. His 3rd hit, another one over Rodriguez's head. Too short there for Bach to get to. Just doing a great job just making the game simple at the plate.
Going to second is Tortorisi. Here's the throw down. Trivella has trouble with it. It goes through his glove. It's a 3rd stolen base of the game for Christian Tortorisi.
Manly could possibly have 2 runners out right now. First one was a mishap by Rodriguez. Went right through the glove, tried to tag first. This time it happened with Trivella. He tried to tag too quick and didn't let the ball go into the glove first. Now you do not see that very often with this middle infield, and Manly 2 very accurate throws, and Tortorisi had easily 3 steps from first on Neglia right there.
No doubt about that one. Tortorisi in scoring position for the 3rd time in this ball game. Kyle Wu at the dish. He finds himself in an 0-1 count. That one runs in and hits Wu. Runners will be at first and second with 1 out.
Neglia just gets his 11th walk on the year, and we keep on explaining and stressing Neglia. That's uncharacteristic of him. He's a strike type of pitcher. Now with 2 runners on, he's going to throw a strike to the top of the order here.
It's the 9th walk of the ball game issued by this Stallion staff. Top of the order here for the Dragons. Jacob Hand stepping in. He hits the first pitch he sees into shallow center field. Bach is under it. Tortorisi threatened to go to third, but he will stay put at second. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
It's a huge out there for Neglia now. Again, Dan, no sac fly option. You are up 4, but no reason to cut it closer than you have to. You have your insurance runs. No reason to give them up in the bottom of the 8th.
James Ward will be next. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. That one misses down low. Bounces in front of Manly. Does a nice job keeping it close. I just want to highlight the walks in this game. It's been bad for both staffs. The Stallions have 9, like we said. The Dragons with 15 on the day so far.
Think about it. 24 total bases off of walks. It's unacceptable for a pitching outing by both sides.
And also you erase those 9 walks for the Stallions. Let's say you cut it down to 3. You definitely don't end up giving up 2 runs in that 5th inning. And you also might be out of here a little bit faster.
You use less pitchers as well. With a lot of games coming up and playoffs around the corner, it's crucial for this team to really be careful about the pitchers. You don't have an unlimited amount. The Stallions are lucky enough to have a great amount of great pitchers in that bullpen that can succeed and do things on the go. But if you use all of them, it's hard to find pitching when it doesn't come around easy.
Two one count. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 2. AJ, I don't think I've been at a baseball game before at this level of competition where it is this quiet consistently.
Yeah, you can almost hear a raindrop fall, and it's a very quiet atmosphere right now. First few innings, we had a louder game. Rain came around, and fans started to depart.
Marciano misses down low. It's a full count with 2 outs. Runners will be released. This one's hit into left field. Amato is under it. Dragons strand 2 here in the bottom half of the 8th. Stallions still leading by 4 as we head to the 9th. Top of the 9th, Stallions are 3 outs away from finishing off this ball game and clinching the number 2 seed or better in the PGCBL East. But first, they're going to have to bat at least 3 more outs, which is a good thing, of course. Add some more insurance runs. The guy stepping to the plate smoked a ball into the gap last time for a 2 RBI double.
Yeah, Peyton Bonds haven't seen many extra base hits. Only his 4th or 5th game starting is at designated hitter, so his bat is highly dependable in this game, and it has done just that. Hit one scorched right center field, allowing 2 runs to come around and score.
Yeah, people have been waiting for Bonds to catch fire, seeming like he's reaching that point here in this game. There is almost nobody left here at East Field in the top half of the 9th, just a few fans in the front row, but for the most part, a pretty quiet atmosphere compared to a few innings ago. You can blame it on the rain, but it's just weird seeing no fans in the ballpark.
Sports are a thing where you gotta be loud. It gets the adrenaline going and gets you in a spot where you want to compete. With no fans, it's a hard spot.
Bonds steps in. First pitch he sees is fouled off to the right side. And there is a new pitcher on the mound. Stephen Catch, who started this game as the DH, is on to pitch here in the top half of the 9th. That one misses down low.
This isn't the first time we've seen a position player come in for Glens Falls. Last time it was number 40, the first baseman, Trey Mariano, went a 1-2-3 inning right there and shut the Stallions out at Cantine.
That one misses. It's 2-2. And seeing position players thrown in and the late parts of ball games is nothing new. We saw our very own Josh Blackmore pitch a third of an inning up there at Shuttleworth Park. He struck out Jake Sparks on 3 pitches. That one misses down low. Bonds has got himself in a full count.
Bonds in a good position now, expecting a fastball from a position player. That's the only thing going in your mind right now. You're not expecting a position player, especially Stephen Ketch, to have a curveball that will be effective in the strike zone.
Bonds fouls that one off. It actually goes off the lights, and that reminds me, AJ, the lights are on. Call Richards. Full count with nobody out here in the top of the 9th. The pitch. Bonds fouls it off once again. The payoff. Misses upstairs. It's a leadoff walk here to Peyton Bonds.
Bonds fighting back from that 0-2. Got himself another walk and another appearance on the base path.
That marks walk number 16 in this game issued by the Dragons staff. If you just cut that number in half, there's a chance that the Stallions are actually leading this game. We'll see Bonds come out. Eddie Yaman is on to run over at first base.
25 combined walks, Dan. That's a lot. That's
ugly.
That's at least 6 pitches in that bat. You're wasting 160, 170 pitches just off of that.
No doubt about it. First pitch to Nate Manley. Catches the outside part of the zone for strike 1.
Manley now another opportunity to get the average up and help himself out.
The 0-1. Manley fouls it back. It's quickly 0-2. Yaman is at first. There's nobody out here in the top half of the 9th. Stephen Catch, the position player, comes set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 gets Manley looking. Second time in this ball game that Nate Manley has gone down on 3 pitches, and there's 1 out here in the top of the 9th.
That is unusual of Nate Manley, but also you're going to account for the off day yesterday. When a player is hot and you give them an off day, then it comes into point that you might lose your touch a little bit there, and then it takes a few at-bats to get right back into it.
That one catches the zone for strike 1. Justin Ford in to hit. Yaman leads off of first. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 1.
Ford in this game is just 1 for 3 with 2 walks. One of the walks bringing in an RBI. Just getting himself on base as much as he can today.
1-1. Misses outside. Here's the pitch. Ford smokes that one to right center field. Going back on it, it'll kick off the wall. Yaman is over to third. He is going to be waved home. Here's the throw from Wu. Not in time. It's an RBI triple for Justin Ford, and it's 11-6 Stallions.
Justin Ford gets his 30th RBI on the season. First one on the team to hit 30 RBIs, and a very limited amount of people in the PGCBL has also accounted for that milestone. Justin Ford, one of those few that got that 30 mark.
Yeah, Ford's day will finish with a final line of 2 for 4, 2 RBIs as Amato hits this one up the middle. Fish hits this one up the middle. I saw that pink sleeve, and it immediately made me think of Andrew Amato, but it's an RBI single for Brandon Fish, and the Stallions are pouring it on here in the ninth. It's 12-6.
He's also a lefty, so it makes sense that you could have possibly thought it was Andrew Amato. It makes sense.
That one is on me, AJ. I was just calculating Ford's final line. 2 for 4 on the day for him. He'll finish with an extra base hit, 2 RBIs, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. That moves him up to 4th in the PGCBL for RBIs. Rich Rodriguez at the dish. He is 0 for 5 tonight. Trying to make that 1 for 6. And AJ, I ask you now, as a baseball expert yourself, for our Pac Cub player of the game, Mario Trivella, 4 for 5 night for him, or Justin Ford, 2 for 4, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Trivella, 3 RBIs and 1 run scored.
To get 4 hits in a game with getting on 5 times, you barely see that a lot, especially in the PGCBL. And we've seen it maybe once or twice this year so far. So for me, it can go either way. I think both players had an outstanding game.
That one gets past Tortorisi. Going over to second is Fish. Two-one count, 1 out here in the top half of the ninth. It's 12-6 Stallions. Rodriguez fouls that one straight back. It's 2-2. Two-two pitch. Goes off the inner part of Rodriguez's bat, and the count will stay knotted at 2s.
Rodriguez looking to get his first hit of the game. Dan, like you said, having a struggling day, multiple at-bats, just not getting the outcome that he would like.
Yeah, he's 0 for 5 today. Trying to make that 1 for 6. Two-two pitch. Misses upstairs, gets past Tortorisi's second pass ball of this inning. Fish goes over to third. Count goes full.
Stephen Katz just throwing unnecessary fastballs that are going above. You're down 6 in the top of the ninth, and it's your first time pitching the entire year in the PGCBL. There's no reason to do more than you have to here. It's a pretty simple task. Just throw them down the middle, throw strikes, and just get your team out of it with the chance to score on the bottom of the ninth.
The payoff to Rodriguez. He takes it upstairs. It's a walk. There'll be runners at the corners with 1 out for Jarrett May. One out. Runners are out the corners. First pitch to May. In there for strike 1. Stallions will take a trip up to Amsterdam tomorrow. Final matchup of the season between the two squads at Shuttleworth Park. That's a 6:35 p.m. Pac Cub pregame with the 6:45 first pitch. That one's fouled back. It's 0-2.
May looking to get his second hit of the game. He is 1 for 2 with a strikeout on the first and a single in the 7th, looking to get another single here in the 9th.
Runners out the corners. 0-2 to Jarrett May. The pitch. He swings through it for strike 3. May down on 3 pitches, and there's 2 outs here in the 9th. Tyler Bach will be next. By the way, the walk issued to Rich Rodriguez pushes the team total for the Dragons up to 16 base on balls on the day. Runners out the corners, 2 outs. First pitch to Bach. misses for ball one. Andrew Amato, if Bach is to reach base, is on the cusp of his 7th at-bat of the ball game. You rarely see a player get 7 at-bats in a regulation 9-inning game.
That usually takes 2 games.
Bach fouls this one off to the left side. Seems like Amato's at-bat will have to wait for another day. Murphy grabs it on the left side for out number 3. Dragons are down to their last 3 outs of the ball game. Stallions out on 2 more. It's 12-6. Journey playing on the speakers, and this game has truly been a journey for both squads. It's 12-6 here in the bottom of the 9th. The weird thing, 12 runs, 12 hits, 6 runs, 6 hits. It's basically been a hit per run so far in this game. Marcial Neglia is out there for his 2nd inning of work, trying to close this one out. He'll have to face 3, 4, and 5 to end off, starting with Odilio Cespedes. That one is in there for strike 1.
Cespedes already a hit and RBI in the 3rd inning, looking to get another hit here in the 9th for a 2-hit day in that 3-hole.
He pokes this one to the left side. Foul. It's quickly 0-2.
Neglia has to be careful with Cespedes. Although you are up 6, he's a powerful hitter. There's no reason for damage to be done in this scenario.
That one is smacked to the left side. Trivella can't come up with it. It'll go down as an E6. And there's a base runner on with nobody out in the bottom of the 9th.
They actually did count that as a hit there, as it was hit hard enough and Trivella did have to move enough where if he did make the play, there was a chance Cespedes could have been safe there.
So with Cespedes at first, Stephen Catch will step in. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. Catch swings through that one for strike 1. I just want to put this into perspective here. The Stallions could have been out of this game a lot earlier. 15 runners left on base, while also getting on base 16 total times by way of the walk. Just shows you that they could have been out of here easily in the 7th inning. Despite putting up 12 runs, the left on base continues. Rodriguez with a nice diving play. Throws to Trivella, over to first. It's in time. How about a 4-6-3 double play, and there's 2 outs here in the 9th.
That was an absolute beauty of a play there by Rodriguez. Had to get there on a dive and just a quick up and throw to Trivella, and Trivella is always a reliable throw there from the second base to May for the 4-6-3 double play.
Dragons down to their last out of the ball game. Cody Meyer will step in. First pitch misses for ball 1.
1 out left for the Stallions here as they would go home with a win. and would be one win away from the most wins ever in PGCBL Stallions history.
A cut and a miss there from Meyer. If the Stallions are to win this game and get the final out, they will secure second place or better in the PGCBL. Still have a shot at first, all dependent on tomorrow's game up at Shuttleworth Park. Here's the 1-1. It misses down low. It's 2-1. They could also, with the win tomorrow at Shuttleworth Park, hit the 28-win mark. This win tonight will tie their all-time record for franchise wins in a regular season. Neglia misses down low. It's 3-1.
Neglia just looking for this last out here, trying to save his arm as much as possible for the upcoming days. A doubleheader Friday, tomorrow at Shuttleworth, and 2 games over the weekend. Home against Utica and away back here on Sunday.
Neglia issues a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the 9th. James Murphy will step in. Stallions will come up here to Glens Falls one more time. That'll be the season finale next Sunday. 7 o'clock start. Who knows if there'll be anything to play for at that point for the Stallions. They could have their spot secured for the playoffs. If you look at the standings right now, the top 6 is set. Those 6 teams being Amsterdam, the Stallions, Mohawk Valley, Utica, Watertown, and Oneonta. Boonville, Albany, and Glens Falls all eliminated. That one finds the zone. It's 2-1.
You take a look at both defenses, though, no errors on both sides. A clean game on defense for both teams. Just the pitching had its troubles today.
That one's a called strike down at the knees. 2-2 count. Dragons are down to their last strike of this ballgame. That one is chopped foul. Two count, 2 outs. Neglia comes set. Here's the pitch. Off speed misses upstairs, and the count will go full. Saugerties 1 pitch away from ending this ball game. That one misses. It's back-to-back walks here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th from Marciano Neglia. There'll be runners at first and second for Trey Mariano.
Mariano, a below 100 hitter in this at-bat. Neglia has to take advantage of that and get him on a quick out here for the Stallions to just win this game untouched.
He's 0 for 4 today coming into this at-bat. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Hit to the left side. It's going to get down for a base hit. Coming in is Meyer. No throw from Amato. It's 12-7.
Marciano's first hit of the day there now puts him at 1 for 5, and a much-needed hit for a player that has not been successful at the bat so far this season.
With that run, Glens Falls boosts their hit total to 7. Next batter will be Christian Tortorisi. He's had a great day at the plate. Hits this one to Fish. He has some trouble with it. Throws to first in time. The Stallions have tied their all-time win record in a single season at 27 and get the win here tonight. 12-7 over the Glens Falls Dragons.
Yes, Stallions definitely some things to work on against the last place team. Runners left on base. The walks unacceptable, but they did come out with the win, which was a great thing to see after a loss yesterday. which means that they could fight back after a loss, which they just did today, in a 6-run win.
Big win for the Stallions. They improve on the season to 27-10-2. They'll be in Amsterdam tomorrow night to face up against the Mohawks. We'll have pregame coverage for you starting at 6:45 p.m. start. For AJ DiBenedetto, I'm Dan Shalom. Stallions search for 28 wins tomorrow at Shuttleworth Park.